Welcome to a video discussion on the often misunderstood topics of laziness and burnout. We'll be diving deep into the distinctions between the two and how they can impact our lives in different ways. Understanding the difference is crucial in finding the right solution to the problem. So, if you're feeling unmotivated or exhausted, this video is for you. Join us as we explore the signs, causes, and solutions to laziness and burnout and help you take the first step towards improving your well being. It's easy to blame burnout on your job or boss, but what if it's not just about the job? What if you're also dealing with other stressors like family problems, financial issues, or health concerns? These factors can all contribute to feeling burned out at work. You may be thinking, I wish I could just go back to being happy and motivated. Well, I'm here to help you. I am here for you to help you understand the struggle of burnout and know that there are ways to overcome it. But there's something we need to clear up first, and something that will make you feel better. If you already clicked on this video, then it's safe to say that you're not lazy. However, you are probably burned out, which is not that good news. No worries, and listen to me. Laziness and burnout are often confused with one another, but they are two distinct concepts with different causes and effects. Laziness refers to a lack of motivation to do something, often due to feeling bored or comfortable in one's current state. It is often associated with procrastination, lack of energy, and a lack of interest in completing tasks. It can be caused by a variety of factors such as lack of goals, lack of purpose, or a lack of intrinsic motivation. For example, I love running but often find myself lacking the motivation to go out for a run when I get home from work. Laziness can take over my mind and convince me that I should be doing something else instead, like watching TV or reading a book, neither of which are bad things. When you're in this state of mind, it becomes harder to stay positive about reaching your goals because you're not seeing progress towards it. Burnout, on the other hand, refers to a state of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress or overwork. Burnout is often associated with feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and a lack of accomplishment. It can be caused by a high stress work environment, a lack of work life balance, or a lack of control over one's workload. In short, laziness is a state of mind and could be temporary and often due to lack of interest, whereas burnout is a state of being that comes from prolonged stress and impacting an individual's physical, emotional, and mental state. It is important to understand that these two things can happen simultaneously, where a lazy attitude can be a symptom of burnout, and sometimes a person who is burned out may seem lazy because they are unable to find the energy to engage with work or activities. So, you might think, when and why did burnout happen to you? This question is 100% legitimate as burnout is a very insidious thing. It comes on so fast you don't even notice it. However, you are more than most people, because if you're here with me in this video, it seems you've recognized that something is wrong in the control center. For that, you can be of great help to yourself, and I'm grateful to you. Come on, let's get right to it. Here's how it works. Burnout can be seen as a process that unfolds in different stages with increasing stress and demand as it progresses. The honeymoon phase, similar to the beginning of a marriage, is characterized by excitement and positivity. It is not uncommon to feel a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment when beginning something new, such as a job or project, which can often result in a boost in productivity and a heightened ability to think creatively. As the initial excitement of the honeymoon phase fades, it's common to start feeling stress. This phase may not be constant stress, but there may be more occurrences of stress taking over. It's important to be aware of any physical or mental signs of stress, such as difficulty in staying focused, decreased productivity, fatigue, difficulty sleeping, and decreased enjoyment of activities outside work. As stress persists, it can eventually become chronic. This means that the pressure is ongoing and has an impact on your work regularly. Some examples of this can be feelings of disinterest, lack of motivation, falling behind on tasks, prevent tardiness, procrastination, isolating yourself from workplace conversations, being irritable or quick tempered with colleagues, and even having difficulty in social and personal life like home and relationship due to overwhelming feelings. The burnout phase is the point where an individual is unable to continue functioning in their normal way. Difficulties at work become overwhelming and consume the individual's thoughts, leading to obsession. Emotionally, the person may feel emotionally numb and have a lack of self confidence. This phase can also have intense physical symptoms such as chronic headaches, stomach issues, and gastrointestinal problems. People close to the individual may also observe changes in their behavior. If burnout is not addressed, it can become a persistent problem that can evolve into anxiety or depression. Additionally, the individual may suffer from constant mental and physical exhaustion, which makes it hard for them to perform their job. This could put their employment status at risk if not addressed. Have you ever felt stressed at work or in your personal life? Have you ever experienced a honeymoon phase in your work or personal life? How did it feel? For example, it is a very common stage of any burnout stage that you want to be in bed all day and not have a job, hobby, or friends. It also tends to happen when you haven't left the house for months on end. You feel like your life isn't going anywhere, but in reality, it's just that you're stuck in this phase where everything seems pointless and overwhelming. It's easy to stay there forever because the next step seems too big or scary. Leaving the house and going outside. Nah, I gotcha, right? I know exactly how you feel because I've been there too. You're exhausted, but you don't know why. You're tired, but you can't sleep. You're tired, but you still have work to do. Do you feel like you've been hit by a truck even though it's only 2 p.m. and all you've done so far is clean the kitchen and wash your hair? Your body feels as heavy as lead and your brain feels like it wants to melt into mush, which would be great if only there was some way to accomplish that. You just want to stop being alive, even though it isn't an option right now because you still have things to do. Even though they're not very important things like eating or sleeping anymore, they've become luxuries. However, they still need doing before bedtime comes around again at 8:30 p.m. night when everything will start over again for another 24 hours until we die from exhaustion because this whole thing never ends no matter how hard we try, not thinking about anything ever again. Most important issue is you feel disconnected every time. You feel disconnected from yourself. You feel disconnected from the world around you. You aren't a part of it anymore, and no one else seems to understand how you feel. You can't connect with your friends or family, the people who love you the most in the world. You can't connect with your work or your hobbies because those things used to bring you joy, but now seem meaningless and empty. You might even start to question whether there is any point in trying anymore. The world has become completely meaningless and unimportant to you, so what's left? You feel like you're not real, or that people see you in a different way than they actually do. It's like seeing yourself through someone else's eyes. You can get through burnout. We're here to help you, and we understand that it's not always easy. Here are some tips on how to cope and fix your burnout life. Stop comparing yourself to others. You don't need to feel bad about not being able to accomplish everything they do. They may be better at some things that you are not, and they might also be worse at other things. Also, people often put their best foot forward on social media or in interviews, so it's a good idea to not just presume that success is all sunshine and unicorns for everyone else. Sometimes we all just feel like giving up, and sometimes that feeling lasts longer than we'd like. But if someone else has come back from burnout before and found success again, there's no reason why you can't either. Remember, what really matters most in life, of course, family and friends, but yourself first. This isn't just a cliche, it's true. And before everything else comes your balance. So, if something isn't working quite right for whatever reason, maybe because of burnout, don't try changing too many things all at once in order to solve them quickly. Instead, Try making small changes slowly so that everyone involved gets used to them gradually over time instead of suddenly having lots of big changes thrust upon them all at once, which could cause more harm than good overall because after all these years together, our relationships would be damaged beyond repair. We know that burnout can be a scary thing, but don't worry, we're here for you and we want to help you. We can take some steps right now to get started with fixing your burnout life. At the end of this video, I hope you've been able to identify some of the stages of burnout and how it can impact your work and personal life. Remember that burnout is a serious issue and it's important to address it before it becomes chronic. I would like to invite you to take the next step on your journey and watch another video on our channel. In this video, we'll be sharing some tips and tricks on how to help you find purpose in your life, whether it be at work or your personal life. Don't let burnout hold you back any longer. Watch the next video now.